Hey everyone, welcome back. David in History for the Ages here. So I get this question quite often, where resources are there if I need to research history or learn history? Are there a lot of resources that are available? And there are a ton. I'm going to give you five. There are a lot more than this. And of course, if anybody has any others, please leave them in the comments as suggestions as well that other people can use as well. But these are just really good places to start if you're looking for resources to learn history. I'm a big fan of primary sources. And so the first couple that I want to share with you are great primary source websites. So this one I love. It's called the Fordham University Internet History Sourcebook Project. And if you just put that in your search engine, you'll find it. And I really like it because it's broken down into regions and time periods. If you look at this, I don't know how big you could see this, but when you go see it on your own computer, you'll see that it has ancient history, modern history, Middle Ages, Byzantine history, and you click on each one, and then each link brings you hundreds, if not thousands, of primary sources to various things. So you want documents if you're studying ancient Rome and you want to learn about the government of ancient Rome, you'll be able to find the primary sources by Polybius discussing the government of ancient Rome. So as you click through each one, it has subcategories and so forth. So this is one of my favorite go-tos. I use a lot of these with my own students, and so definitely I would recommend this for anybody studying history. Some of the translations, depending on what link you click on, might be a little harder than other translations to read, but overall it's excellent. So that's definitely one I would recommend to everybody. Another really good one is Project Guttenberg. And this is, again, they've got over 70,000 books that are free use. They've basically been around, I think the whole rule is if it's been around for more than 100 years, it's free use. So, like, if I assign The Prince by Machiavelli, you could find it there, and many others as well. So all sorts of manuscripts and books and literature that you may want to use. This is a good place to start as a place to find something free. It's not like the other previous one is primary sources. Here you might find novels and literature as well, as opposed to just historical primary source documents. But still, definitely something worth having in your arsenal of resources to use if you're studying history, and this is great for literature as well. So one topic I cover a lot in my course is the history of the Middle East. And this is one area that people oftentimes really struggle to find accurate, good information. I like this site, Jewish Virtual Library, and one of the reasons I like it so much is because it cites things. It doesn't just throw data out. They have this one section here called Myths and Facts, and you literally go through it and it gives all the myths and facts of historical events in the region, but then it gives citations and explains it. It isn't just some random thing. So it does different material. It's got material on the Holocaust. It has material on Israel. It's got stuff on ancient times. It has things to deal with anti-Semitism. It's incredibly detailed. Also, I like the way it's organized. So definitely, this is something if you study the history of the Middle East or history of Israel, Jewish Virtual Library is a great place a great resource as well. Another one that's really good is the Library of Congress, right? Library of Congress is excellent. They have, I just happen to pick a page here with American history and the collection you have of Abraham Lincoln. And so they do have a digital collection as well. So these are things you can go there and find some helpful resources also. And then, other than these websites, one other one that I love to suggest to students are just museum web pages, right? A lot of museum web pages have a lot of resources that are free you could use. The Getty, the British Museum, the Louvre, Smithsonian. The first four probably you've all heard of those before. Bayeux Museum is a tiny little museum in northern France, but you can go to their website and you can see the entire Bayeux Tapestry. And I'm sure every local city has their museums, which have a lot of material there that you may not need to go. You could do virtual tours on a lot of these museums, and you could see the things in person. So those are just five suggestions. There are many more you could use, but I think this is a good place to start. Please leave in the comments other ideas and other suggestions that you might have of good resources. A lot of people say you didn't mention like Wikipedia, and like, no, I'm not a big fan of Wikipedia. And even some of those online encyclopedias like the Britannicas and so forth, Those are good, but they're not always. I'm a primary source guy, right? And so I like the primary sources and teach people how to read and interpret them. And I have actually a couple videos about primary sources. I'll link them here as well for you, that you can get more information on them. Some of my favorite primary sources, how to use them, and so forth. So hopefully that's something helpful. You could use that to kind of help your history journey. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments as well. Everyone have a great day. Thank you for watching.